Thank you for coming in today. Have a seat. My name is Kristen, and I will discuss whatever you need to discuss at this time.
Well, I came in to see you today because I recently noticed that my grades have been declining. I've been a straight A student ever since I started school, and I feel like I know the problem, but I can't get her to understand like that she is the problem. It's pretty much just my mom. She depends on me a lot. She asks me to constantly go and do errands for her and to do things like take care of my sisters or drive my sister here, and she doesn't understand that she is the one that's causing it. So it's like, it's hard to tell her, and my dad has noticed the same thing, but he can't get her to notice that, if she was to just leave me alone and let me do my homework, that I could get it done quicker, or not quicker, but in like the best of my ability, and that instead of her, like, she'll ask me to do stuff, and then I feel like I'm constantly just trying to get it done and over with so that I can help her, and then I get a bad grade on my assignment. And then, of course, she wants a monthly report on our grades, and she is always wondering why my grades are declining, and now I'm having a hard time getting them back up.
That sounds difficult.
Yes.
Balancing family and school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious, what if you tried to separate those a little bit so that you're able to work on your homework without interruption?
So that's what I've tried to do. I go to my boyfriend's house after work, and she is always getting on my back about why I don't spend enough time at home, and I can't get her to understand the fact that I spend so much time at his house because I can get my homework done there. I don't have any distractions. I don't have kids yelling in the background or anything like that. But she doesn't care. She just wants me to be home all the time to help her, but she wants me to do well in school too.
What have you been able to say to her, like, directly?
I've been able to tell her that I need more time to do homework. I have tried to tell her that she relies on me a lot, and that I wish she wouldn't rely on me as much. I have also tried to tell her that I have another sister that drives, and she could be a way that she could make up for the errands that I can't run for her. And it seems like, but whenever they don't want to do something, I have to go do it. So like, I have another sister, whereas my mom will ask her to go do the dishes, and she will turn around and be like, I don't want to, I don't feel good, my leg hurts, something like that. She makes up some excuse. And my mom will come up to me and tell me to go do it, even though all my sister's doing is sitting on the couch watching TV.
Just curious, has it ever happened where you told her that you couldn't do something and she had to go and ask your sister to do it?
I have tried to do that before. I have told her, like, she'll come up to me asking me to go do something, and I'm like, I can't right now, I'm doing homework, can't Laura go do it, which is my little sister, and she'll be like, well, she doesn't want to, I don't care if you're busy, I need you to do it.
It sounds to me like she's gotten really used to filling that role.
Yes.
I wonder also if maybe she's gotten used to you doing some of the stuff that she needs to do herself.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know exactly how to get her to be able to let me sit there and just do my homework with peace and quiet, and it just seems like it never happens. I don't know what else to do to try to get her to understand it. My dad has tried talking to her, and it doesn't work out. I almost feel like she just doesn't care.
Are your grades, what would you say your grades are?
They're usually A's and B's. I have usually never had anything lower than a C. well, actually anything lower than a B. But recently I've noticed that I have more C's and D's coming in, and I will sit there and try so hard to get them to go up, but it seems like they just don't. It seems like they just stay where they are, like I can maintain it, but I can't get it to go back up to an A or a B. And it also frustrates my mother when I can't get my grades to go back up.
That's gotta be frustrating.
It is.
It sounds like you've been able to manage up until now. Is there anything else that's different?
No, not really. I kind of said, it just feels like she relies on me a lot.
Okay.
And I just don't know how to get her to realize that, yes, I understand she relies on me, and yes, I can go ahead and help her do that, but she needs to be able to give me the time to do my homework.
Is it really hard for you to have your mom be upset with you?
Yes, it is.
Do you find that you tend to put your stuff aside for her because you're more worried about how she's going to feel than how you're going to feel?
Yes, I guess, yeah, you could say that.
I wonder if there would be a way for you to be able to learn to be okay with her being upset and making sure that you're putting your priorities first. Do you think that's possible?
It is a possible way. I should, yeah, it is possible. It's one of those things, like, I just don't want her to sit there and yell at me for, like, coming home late because I stayed to finish a homework assignment, or just not being around at home a lot because I need the peace and quiet.
Sounds like you're doing a really good job of trying to take care of yourself, and she doesn't respect it much. How does that make you feel about her? Is there anything you would say to her to help her understand how you feel?
I mean, I'm not quite sure. I feel like if I told her straight up that I feel like she doesn't care, or she'll say, like, I would feel bad for hurting her feelings, but that if I have to do something in order for her to understand, I mean, I don't exactly know what I would tell her. I'd probably just come out and say everything that was on my mind, but I usually only do that if I'm on my last string with somebody. And I mean, I don't want to do that with my mother, but I guess if it comes to that point, I could tell her, you know, like, one of her excuses is, it's my way, it's my house, my rules, if you don't like it, get out. But I know that I feel if I told her that with school, like, like, she's the reason my grades are dropping, that she would be like, I guess she could try to understand, but I'm still not sure if she would.
Would you be able to talk to her when you're calm instead of when you're upset?
It's possible.
And maybe before you get to the breaking point, you could say something that is coming from you, where it's like, I feel this way because I'm overwhelmed because of ... instead of saying, you make me feel this way when you do ... You know what I mean? Like, taking it and putting it on yourself so that she can't argue with how you feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just the way it is. That's how you feel. Nobody can tell you can feel any different because it's, yeah. And I wonder if she thinks that when you're telling her no sometimes that you're rebelling or whatever, and doesn't understand the big picture of all the work that you're trying to do at school. Because there's a lot with college. And did she go to college?
She went and got her associate's degree after she had my brother, and she recently went back about 4 years ago to get her culinary art degree. But of course she was a lot older when that happened, so I mean, and she never really actually worked in the profession of nursing. She did for, I want to say, maybe 10 years until my grandpa was diagnosed with he had no kidneys, so he was on dialysis, and so she did in-home, and then she just stopped after that. So, I mean, I guess you could say she went to school, but she never really followed what she wanted to do. She's kind of stopped after my grandpa passed away.
So there is a way that she could relate to what you're going through because she had to work and balance family life.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a way of kind of coming and meeting to terms if she can listen. We don't always get that luxury of somebody doing what we want them to do. It sucks. But, just hang in there. I don't know what else to say other than, keep trying to find ways to make sure that you're prioritizing yourself before everyone else. I'm not saying that you don't help everyone, but make sure you're putting yourself first because you're worth it. You're smart and you're hardworking, but everybody has limits, right? So, and then I'm also proud of you because you're having to balance all of that stuff, and that's hard to do. And there's emotions involved and exhaustion involved, and people say things they don't mean when they're exhausted. So, yeah.
Well, I will definitely try to see if I can call and tell my mom, my feelings towards it and how I don't want to hurt her, but sometimes I feel like I have to just so that I can do what I have to do in order to raise my grades in school.
Does that sound like something that's doable?
I think it can be.
Are there any other things that you think you could try?
Maybe just letting her know that trying something else, like going and sitting at Starbucks, sitting there, just tell her, hey, I'll be back. I'm going to Starbucks. I'll be back in an hour or two. I'm going to do homework. I guess I could try that as well. And see if that would help.
Setting boundaries is hard. Too, saying I'll be back at such time. Wait, especially when they're used to it right now, right?
Exactly. So yeah, I think I could definitely try that as well. Trying to set some boundaries with her, just to let her know that I'm still here for you when you need it, but I still have to have time